Will actually be basically isothermal with the Titan environment. So we don't have to worry about that kind of interaction with the environment. It's more a challenge to keep everything inside warm. Yeah. Okay. We can talk after. Is that you?
And thank you for being.
Wait, you need that.
Yep,
I'm not going to walk back with it.
Thank you so much for the time.
Excellent. All right, so we have 1 more minute.
1 more minute.
Yeah, you've got 20 minutes.
Do you have a timer on my iPad?
All right, folks, good afternoon again. Welcome to the NASA exhibit at AGU. Going to be introducing the next 3 speakers because we are live on the NASA Science YouTube channel as well as NASA TV. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Jason Craig, a visualization producer from JPL, talking to us about eyes on the Earth and the solar system.
Hello. Whoa, that's loud. I want to talk to you about some free, really, really cool software that you can have on your phone right now. You can actually follow along with what I'm doing. If you go to the URL here, eyes.nasa.gov, you can do exactly what I'm doing. This is public outreach software. So all of you at home, you can just go to this URL, click on any of these banners, and you'll see what I'm doing. So I'm going to start with eyes on the solar system. So many years ago, some people on a mission wanted to see things in 3D. And, about 10, 12 years ago, the things were primitive. So we decided this would be an excellent public outreach opportunity to visualize everything in space, real time, real scale, real imagery. And it's been a good public outreach tool ever since. So I want everyone to use it because school children are the best. I love talking to school children. They respond to visuals quite well. You can listen to, 100 talks of PhDs, but sometimes you want to see it. So here's the solar system. This is real time. This is where everything is right now. And the fun part is that I can fast forward. This friendly smiley face down here will let you go forward and back in time. So let's do that. Here we go. Let's do 2 months per second. So that's 2 months per second. It doesn't look impressive when you pull back. But when you go in close to something with like a lot of moons, or a Jupiter system, for example, let's zip in there. So there's Jupiter with its moons going. That's too fast. There are some other things you like to visualize. Let's just turn on the minor moons. You've probably never seen all the minor moons of Jupiter. So it's quite a load. So this could take a second. And I warn you in advance, the Wi-Fi is a little bit in and out. Oh, there they go. Okay, so there's the minor moons. You probably don't have those memorized, but you could if you so desire. It's quite a few. It's 70 or so. You can fast forward all these. It takes a while to see them move, but there you go. The 2 months per second, you can start to see. Oh, that's ridiculous. I'm going to turn that off. That's visually distracting. So the point is, you can go anywhere. You can go back to the Jovian system. Let's go live. Let's find our orbiter. We have a wonderful orbiter called Juno there right now, and it has this really cool elliptical orbit because it is measuring the internal structure, composition of Jupiter to see how it formed, because that's how the solar system formed. It was first. So Juno's orbit is very, very interesting. So let's just watch it for a second. It's actually gotten a lot shorter. It's 38 days now. It used to be 54. It was planned to be shorter than that, but the engine didn't work. But Juno has made some incredible discoveries, not the least of which is the beautiful North Pole. Now, visual imagery, so that's what I do. You can see the beautiful starry night on the North Pole. Let me hit HD to make it even prettier. It's very Van Gogh-esque. So as you go in, you can see it. We never, ever, ever had pictures of this before. Voyager flew by, Cassini flew by, but they did not get the North and South poles. So when Juno had its orbit insertion and did its polar orbit, we finally got to see this incredible stuff. And that's part of the reason you send the mission there. But Jupiter is a beast. I also want to show you what else we can visualize. The radiation belt. Now, the radiation belt can do some serious, serious damage to your spacecraft and certainly to humans. So this is a model of the radiation belt. And this explains why Juno has to zip by really, really fast, about 3,000 miles from the surface of Jupiter here. So let's pull back, see where it is. So you can see it coming in, and it will get through that radiation belt as fast as possible while still taking really, really nice data. So let's go into Juno right here and get its point of view. Whoops, I overshot it. No problem. Let's rewind. So it really hugs the edge there. So let's go into Juno. Anything with a label, you click on it, and in you go. So let's zip into Juno here. Our wonderful solar-powered outer planet traveler. So look at that. That's pretty cool. So let's fast forward. You can see it do its little fan motion, spin stabilized. And if we pull back, we can see how it nicely avoids the radiation belt if at all possible. So it'll zip in right through there. Just for fun, I'll turn on the magnetic field as well and the auroras. So there's the system, and Juno zips through fast, avoids the radiation belt. There's even titanium casing on Juno so that it doesn't fry the instruments, because that's a real danger. At first, we thought even the camera on there, the Juno cam image, that would be fried after 8 orbits, but it's still alive and well today. So that was a success. I'll quickly show you how it wobbles. So if I go to Jupiter and speed up time, you can see the whole system wobble, which is kind of fun over time. Actually, I'm going to skip that. I've got many, many products to show you and not a lot of time. But first, to set up for the next talk, let's talk about the eclipse. Let's talk about 2024. In EYES, all of the eclipse are built in. Every eclipse is built straight into the software. No, you don't have to do anything. So here we are. You just come to the date you want. You input the time here, and you will get the physics of the shadows. So here we are, and I like that date, and you can see the eclipse forming here. And another thing I want to point out is you can use this URL and go directly to the eclipse. So wherever you go in EYES, the URL can be embedded on your own website with an iframe, or you can just directly link to it, and it's very, very easy. All right, let's speed up this eclipse. It's pretty cool. There's 20 minutes per second. So not only can I do Earth eclipses, I can do eclipses of Ganymede or Ganymede on Jupiter. I can do various other solar system bodies. So you'll see shadows drawn on Jupiter from time to time, and that's just because a moon is casting it. So we do every shadow we can possibly do. So yeah, type in any eclipse you want, and you can see it. And if you want to see it again, we go back again, no problem. Reverse time. There we go. Follow that thing back. Okay, so that's another fun thing you can do. I want to talk about current events briefly. Recently, we had Artemis 1, which just successfully splashed down in the Pacific. That was exciting. Soon we'll have the first people in the capsule. This one was empty, except for a Snoopy plush doll. But other than that, it is a successful mission. So here it is. Whenever the mission is done, by default, we'll go back to launch. So this is the time of launch. Let me pull back and fast forward this thing. So if you like orbital mechanics, you can see the trajectories pretty well here. So if I pull back far enough, you can see it. We are basing this not on the moon system, so you won't see it in a moon orbit, but it is Earth-based, so watch this. There goes some CubeSats. Artemis let out these CubeSats, BioSentinel and Lunar Ice Cube. Pretty cool. We have those as well. Some of the CubeSats didn't make it, sadly, but many did. So if we pull back, we will greet the moon with Capstone. Capstone is right there right now, testing the orbit for the future space station, which is pretty cool. And these things are all working in tandem. So here comes Artemis. It's going to meet and do a distant retrograde orbit. There we go. So Artemis is going way around it, and I'm going too fast so the trajectory isn't drawing with his Wi-Fi, but it does draw. So anything you want to see. So solar system has everything. So if you have a personal mission you like or a moon you like, there's 142 missions from start to finish, and we add just about everything that comes in. We use the real spice kernels, which they're called, is the secondary data, like position at a certain time, when instruments turn on, and how it rotates. So for a mission like Cassini, we actually have 20 years of rotations and position. So Cassini is a staggeringly successful mission, and if I fast forward, it will do a lot of jumping around. So off it goes in 1997. Every rotation here is real, and if you're really into it, you could watch it in real time for 20 years. But let's go to a cool event. I know what I want. Let's go to Enceladus, actually. Enceladus is a very, very interesting moon, and Cassini flew by 23 times. So this is the closest flyby it did. Let's try real lighting, see how it looks. That's kind of dramatic, but look, there's the plumes right there. So it came pretty close to the plumes on those tiger stripes down there. So let me show you when we flew right through it to taste those plumes and see what they're made out of. Let's go down here. Just click on Enceladus to go straight there. Cassini car wash. I show this all the time. I can't stop it. Can't stop myself from showing this. So near the end of the mission, we had to see what's going on here. Is this water or is it not water? So on one of the final flybys of Enceladus, we went through it. And we said, you know what? Let's just go close. Why not? Here we go. We pointed the spectrometer right up front. We're going to taste the plume, see what's in there, see if there's any organics, so we can figure out what's going on here. We never saw this with Hubble. Cassini had to go there. It had to go there, and it detected it with the magnetometer. And then plans were changed. We had to go figure out what's going on. So it went straight through it. I'm going to light this up. I'm going to turn on HD so we can see it. This is real time. This is real time. That's how fast it zipped by there. So it flew right through them. And yes, it's 99% water. So that's good news. Because if you have water and you clearly have energy, tidal forces from Saturn pushing around the water, and it's escaping from these scratches, these tiger stripes in the bottom of Enceladus. So we have water, we have energy, and it found organics. So we found ammonia, we found carbon in abundance. Well, not in abundance, 1% or so. So with those three things, what can we have? Life. So that one and Europa. This is going to be jumping around quite a bit, but I want to make sure you see everything. So we also have missions in the future. So Europa Clipper is going to see Europa, the other candidate for life in our solar system, where there's also an icy shell with a subsurface ocean. Possibly more water than Earth. Probably more water than Earth. And there it is. There's Clipper launching October 2024. And you can fast forward and see its entire mission. All right, but I have other things I have to show you before we go. Eyes on the Earth. Let's take it back down to Earth for a second. We have real-time climate data. So here's our Earth fleet. People don't think about Earth when they think about NASA, but we do a ton of Earth science. So we like to show the science off by showing the vital signs. So a simple one to see would be surface temperature. Here's a 3-day average. And anywhere you click, you can read the temperature. You can change it to Celsius, so it's not so locally based. And it's a 3-day average. But the fun part is you can actually go back in time, animate the data, and go where you want. So let me show you a California fire. Since I'm from California, this affected all of us greatly at JPL and elsewhere. Carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is what you get anytime you have an incomplete combustion of carbon, and it indicates fire, amongst other things. And so way back in September 2020, we had a massive fire in California, massive. We couldn't go outside, not only because of COVID, but because of the wildfire. So you couldn't breathe for 2 reasons. That was upsetting. So that was not a fun month, but let's go revisit it. September 2020, not my favorite month of my existence. You couldn't go outside for at least a week. All of California had wildfire particulates in the air. The air was not safe to breathe. So I'm going to do the whole month of September, and I just hit apply. This is just Wi-Fi. You can do this on your phone, like I said. We're missing one piece. That's fine. And it'll pull it from the cloud and load it up. Hopefully. We'll see how the Wi-Fi's done. It's done pretty good so far. But while we're waiting for that, I quickly want to show you every exoplanet ever found. So this is eyes on exoplanets. An exoplanet is just a planet that is not in our solar system. It's a fancy word, but it's pretty simple. And we have ways of detecting them. And so far we have found 5,227. That's pretty great. So this is them, and for real context, let me just zoom out here for you. Super zoom, there we go. So there's the Milky Way, and those yellow and white ones are all the exoplanets we found. Anywhere you point the telescope, you're going to see exoplanets. Anywhere. So it's not hard. This spike, this little direction here is what Kepler did for 2+ years. Kepler was looking for exoplanets. They're very hard to spot because they don't shine light like their star does. But if they go in front of the star has a tiny bit less light. So as it goes by, it dips. And so we know, oh my goodness, there's a planet there. So we pointed Kepler in space for 2+ years, and look at that. Everywhere the CCD chip, everywhere the electronics of the telescope were pointed, found an exoplanet. Each and every gold thing there is a star system, and we can go to them. Let's pick one at random. Oh, good, my favorite, Kepler 1335. Just kidding, I've never been there before. I've never seen this one before. So here we are. Here's the Goldilocks zone in the tealish color. We can turn that off and on. That's where the conditions are just right to have an Earth kind of experience. Clearly, this system is not going to do it. But let's zip into our planet anyway. It's a rocky world, larger than Earth. Well, let's see how much larger. Not much larger. So you can compare this to Earth, and if you really want to make it feel small, Jupiter. But let's look at this system, and you can also compare it to our solar system. So it is really small. Look at that. The whole system is inside Mercury compared to our solar system, which is pretty cool. We also have more fabulous systems. You might have heard of TRAPPIST. The TRAPPIST star is very exciting. It's only 41 light years away. So if you took something very small and accelerated it to 0.10 the speed of light, you might get there eventually, and it might send something back eventually, so that's exciting. But look at all these planets in the Goldilocks zone. Let's go to TRAPPIST-E for Earth. Very Earth-like. Now, this is a fake texture. Fake. It's hypothetical. But we had to put something. We couldn't have it blank. We don't know what it looks like. But James Webb is so powerful, it's going to get more than 1 pixel of spectrum in the environment, so we can actually get signatures, which it already has done, which is incredible. So yes, every exoplanet you want. And now switch back to Earth. There it is. Oh, no. There's the fires. Okay, so we're cruising through September 2020. And this fire in California, oh, that doesn't look good. That's where we lost about 10% of the sequoias. So keeping track of Earth data is what NASA does amongst all the other extraplanetary things we do. You can pick your mission, you can pick your Earth vital sign, and monitor it. I want to point out that this works on your phone, your tablet. You can get it out now, and every single URL you have, you can embed. So a lot of NASA sites are now embedding. So our buddies over at solarsystem.nasa.gov, I'll show you an embed if this loads. It may or may not, due to Wi-Fi. All right, well, that's not looking good. Let's see. Oh, asteroids. I have to do asteroids. My last thing, very briefly. We're tracking 30,000 near-Earth objects to see where they are and how close to Earth they are. There's over 1 million asteroids in the solar system, but we're only tracking 30,000 or so, and especially the potentially hazardous ones. All right, eyes on asteroids. I got to wrap up here, but first let me show you Asteroid Watch. Here's the next 5 asteroids that are going to buzz by Earth. So this is real time. You know, they're not too close. Like you can see the one that's lit up is 4 million kilometers, that's about as good as it can do, and it's coming in 5 hours. But we can fast forward and see just how far away it gets. So it's not very threatening when you look at it like this. So this is days later. It doesn't get close because, you know, there's the moon and the Earth system way in there. And finally, I want to give you a quick look at Apophis, a very large asteroid. I probably shouldn't end on this. But I want to show you Apophis, and we track these things for a reason with Planetary Defense Office at headquarters, as well as the Center for Near-Earth Object Studies. And that's Apophis in 2029. It's 1,000 feet across, and it's going to miss us. I just want to make that quite clear. It's going to miss us. We also deflected DART. So I lied. I'm going to show DART impact, and then I'm getting off the stage, I swear. Oops, did that not work? I've been pushing my luck with Wi-Fi. This could be it. Oh, okay, let's watch the impact, and that'll be it. So eyes.nasa.gov. John has cards there, and we have a booth over here. You can come. We can talk to you all day if you so desire, and you can see this if it doesn't load. I think it's okay. There we go. It's going to hit this binary. Oh my goodness! It's going to hit the binary system. Let me replay that. It is 4 miles per second upon impact, so it looks peaceful now. But it happens fast. So we did deflect this by 30 minutes. We changed the orbit of it by 30 minutes. So we can deflect something from Earth if we do it far enough in advance and give it a lot of time to move. Then we can protect Earth. Thank you very much. All right.
It'll be black for a minute. That black is coming from me. Yeah, about 30 more seconds of black, or 8 more seconds of black. And then we should have. Alright. Yeah. Excellent. 3 more seconds. How you doing?
All right, good to see you. Yeah, likewise. I'm going to do a little quick intro. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah.
Okay, top that.
All right. Okay. Yes, so there we go. All right, thank you. So next up, we have Carter Emmert, who is the Director of Astrovisualization at the American Museum of Natural History, talking to us about the Open Space Project.
Thanks, Steve. And thank you all for coming. My name is Carter Emmert, and I'm here with some of my colleagues. Our PI for Open Space is Ro Kinsler, standing in the back. And also driving for me is Micah Achinapura, who is our developer for support, actually. He's a very good programmer, but he actually is helping all those that Open Space is helping. This is freely available software. If you are interested, openspaceproject.com, and you can come and grab this. And also, if you're into stickers, we have stickers. And before I sell it too much, I'll put the stickers down here. There you go. And so we're going to start off here. We're going to look at a little bit of comparative planetology. The presenter, Jason Craig, who was just up here with eyes, did a fantastic job showing all the missions in the solar system. We do that also with Open Space, but with a special emphasis on details of planetary surfaces, and we wanted to focus on that today. We're starting off, this is Lake Manicouagan in Canada, and we're starting off with, this is a flooded reservoir, but it is a scar of an impact about 250 million years ago, I believe. It's about 40 kilometers across here. So if we rise up, Open Space is, we're reading in not only, this is the Earth database we're using is from Esri, and so we also have the elevation map. As you see, as we climb up through the atmosphere, we're calculating the Rayleigh and Mie scattering as we go. So this is the central region of Lake Manicouagan. I'm going to ask Micah to tip over so that we're looking down at it. And this is the inner reach of the crater. We're going to look at several craters. We're going to go to Mars and the Moon, so we'll look at the difference. The outside of this crater is really about 100 kilometers across, out to the width of the screen as we sort of have here. So we want to keep going. We'll keep going higher. And as we do, we're going to switch into the satellite imagery and the lighting, actually, depending on this. We'll just keep it like this, Mike, if we'll pull out. This imagery here is from NASA GIBS, Global Imagery Browse Service, and so we're down to about half a kilometer in resolution. What day is this, Micah? Okay, so this was Monday's information that's mapped on there. You can choose, if you chose today, we're not finished with the mapping fully yet. So we're going to pull up out of here. We see the Magellanic Clouds that are properly placed because OpenSpace really shows an atlas of the entire universe in 3D. But we're just going to focus now. We're going to go out to the Moon and look at two locations. So I'd like to now go to a crater which is about half the size of where we started out with Lake Manicouagan. But it's a crater that is perhaps the youngest crater on the Moon of its size. Giordano Bruno crater. It's just over the limb from Earth. But in 1178, 5 monks were reportedly saw the crescent moon break into two. They possibly saw the impact of the crater that we're going to go look at. So as we approach the Moon, we see south is up in this particular case. There's Tycho crater, which is also roughly the size of Lake Manicouagan. But we're going to actually take you up to where we're going to take you to Giordano Bruno. We're going to turn off the phase lighting, so it'll make it easier. Here we have Mare Imbrium, Mare Serenitatis. This is Apollo 17. We'll be looking at that in a second. But we're going to go over the northeast limb here. This is Mare Crisium. And we see a small data patch. We're using GDAL in order to read in our global maps. These are being served, in this case, from our server at the American Museum of Natural History in New York. And then, thanks to the LROC team, we have gotten this mosaic here of Giordano Bruno crater. Now, it's 22 kilometers in diameter. That's 1 kilometer longer than the island I live on, which is the island of Manhattan. So it's just about 13 and a half miles across. Michael, let's come in closer. Did we switch to Kaguya? So we started off with the wide-angle camera mosaic from the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. That's 100 meters per pixel. We've gone to Kaguya, which gets us down. This is from the Japanese mission. It gets us down to 7 meters. It's still reading in. We're coming in on this data. This is 10-inch, or about 20 to 25 centimeter resolution. So once again, about 13 miles across, 22 kilometers. And we're going to come in now to this central area where you can see melt sheet. What happened? Ooh. Okay. Switching. Okay, thanks. Got a minor heart attack there. Okay. So we're now coming in to this melt pond. And in this melt pond, it's so young that you can still see the difference in color, and you can see the swirl in here, which is pretty extraordinary. We're going to come in and look at that up close. Once again, if you just joined, this is Giordano Bruno crater, down to about 25 centimeter resolution. So Mike is flying toward this. We can see areas where the impact melt had cooled and cracked, but also areas where it coalesced. Oh boy, you guys keep doing this to me. Okay. Okay. Micah, if we could fly over to the melt sheet, and we want to drop a scale object. You might be saying, okay, how big are these things? This is a difficult factor. The astronauts talked about that. How big is that rock over there? They thought, oh, maybe it's a couple meters and was the size of a house. So we're going to fly over to the swirl. And then I'm going to ask Micah to drop our scale object. You can also see after the melt sheet accumulated, you can see later, you can see later debris that came down. Also a lot of boulder tracks as this comes in at full resolution. I want to give a shout out to the LROC team, Madeline Mannheim. I'm not sure if she's around here, but she's the one who enabled us to have this data. And here we are with our scale object, 1,000 feet tall, 300 meters. And it's also, well, perhaps inappropriately gray, but this is, of course, the Eiffel Tower. Elegant, and it also has the Jules Verne restaurant, down here on this level, so appropriately so. But here you can just use that as your general scale to see, and once again, I mentioned that its diameter is about as long as the island of Manhattan. So, Michael, let's turn around so we can kind of see it in scale from here. We see the boulder tracks, boulders bouncing on down, 1/6 gravity. And we'll look back. There we see the Eiffel Tower. And can we rise up for our little surprise off this side of the crater, if we can? So we'll rise up and we see if that's 1,000 feet. I haven't judged how deep the crater is, but we can do that. We actually, OpenSpace can read in how many layers for the moon? With Moontrek, 750 layers from the software that NASA puts out, Moontrek. Brian Day is sitting here in the audience, and so that we can read in those layers if you like. And but rising up out of Giordano Bruno, we may have to go a little farther. I mentioned it's right on the limb of the moon, so we should see an Earthrise here. Actually, Micah, you should pan to the left. And depending on the date and the nutation and libration, and there we see. We've also illuminated the Earth. Can you turn on the proper illumination for Earth? That's why you see this missing data here, because it was Monday and the low light sensor was not enough. But now we actually see its crescent. And we had illuminated the illumination of the Earth, or the moon. So it'd be nighttime on that particular location. Michael, let's go over to a site that we were actually exploring 50 years ago today with Apollo 17. So we're going to take you to just slightly over the hill. This is, again, Mare Crisium here, and just beyond that is Taurus Littrow. So we'll bring you up to mapping that was done as a collaboration between the USGS and the DLR in Germany. To assess the landing site. This is Aristarchus. We'll go around Sinus Ceridium, Mare Imbrium, Serenitatis, and then between Serenitatis and Tranquillitatis, we have the Taurus Littrow Valley. So it's exciting to show you all this, especially 50 years to the day of this exploration. We come down into the Taurus Littrow Valley. It's 7 miles wide, or 10 kilometers. And as we come in closer, we will see more and more detail, I hope. Once again, this map here is based on the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter camera. So this is the LROC data. Because of the size of this map, we don't have it fully resolved. It's down to about half a kilometer, but then we get down to the details in here that are full resolution. Let's come on down to where Challenger landed 50 years ago, like a day and a half ago. And then here is Camelot Crater. It's 800 meters across, where they had aimed just shy of. You can see the bright areole of dust that was kicked up, as we see from each of the lunar landers as imaged by LROC. And here we can clearly see the foot trails. We also see parallel tracks from the rover, if you can see those. Not sure. I'm getting a nod there, so that's good. And then we'll come into a photogrammetry-based lunar module. I did with my iPhone at the National Air and Space Museum to give us, but yet properly scaled, our stand-in here for the lunar module Challenger. So from here, we'll pull up and look at the surroundings. Actually, we can already see on North Massif, you can see boulder tracks that roll down the hill. this became a specific target for this mission that in order to do the geologic sampling farther up in the column, let's just take something that came off an outcropping and rolled down. So if we pull up high enough, Micah, we can just quickly take in like the whole valley. I'll just mention a few things about the other EVAs. The first walk on the moon, drive on the moon, was to deliver the ALSEP station package over here, the Apollo Lunar Science Experiment package. They deployed that, and then they rolled over to Steno Apollo to the edge of that crater. The second day on the moon, they went as far as South Massif. This is the longest drive ever attempted on the moon. And as we'll see in a second, there is a landslide that we see actually two epochs of slumps that have come down off of South Massif. And we can also see the Lee Lincoln Scarp, which is a thrust fault from the relaxation of the moon after the Serenitatis impact and the subsequent flooding of the Mare. And so now as we come back across, we're going to hone in on, this is on the third drive. This is the last drive on the moon that we did, Station 6, and we'll be able to see the boulder tracks from the outcrop right above the A and the S in North Massif. Micah is now fading to an image that doesn't have any augmentation on it. It has proper lighting, and we're going to come up on the boulders. So-called split rock, there are about 5 major pieces that it broke into. And as we approach, we will see, here's the boulder track, very clear. The lighting is from the east because they needed low lighting to come in and see the obstacles as they landed. So this LROC picture approximates that lighting. As we get close enough, you can see boulder track, or you see the boulder track, but you also see the footprints of the astronauts around this. And you can also see we're coming in on photogrammetry that we did from the Hasselblad imagery of the boulders themselves. Now, the astronauts really only photographed, they biased it for the sunlit portion. So we're seeing this almost like a stage set, so there's no behind. But we can get up close and personal to the various fragments of the rock as seen here. Getting in close enough, we can see that this is a vesicular basalt. We can actually see a contact, so there are 2 different rock varieties that are spoken about in the science report. There are inclusions in here, as well as over here for scale, we can see the treads of Jack Schmidt's boot prints in 3D from the photogrammetry. As we pull around, we can see various locations where samples were collected and taken in. OpenSpace was natively developed to work in planetariums, like the Hayden Planetarium in New York. With our NASA Science Activation Program funding, our mission is to get it out to planetariums and users, classrooms, all across the board. So our goal is to hand this to you for free. Once again, if you're interested, we have cards, we have stickers up here, but it's openspaceproject.com. So we're going to leave the moon now. 2 minutes, great. What I'd like to do quickly is go to Mars. We're going to go to a crater, again, roughly within the size class of this, like Giordano Bruno crater, where we were looking at something very young. We want to take you to perhaps the youngest crater on Mars of its size. It's about 35 to 40 kilometers wide. We're coming up, this is Syrtis Major, so we actually would like to go forward in time, I think, Micah. Okay, excellent. No problem. Okay. So we're going to come in here. It's up at the top. And so Mojave Crater is in the middle of Ares Vallis, so where water was clearly flowing out, perhaps then froze in the ground. And so Mojave, we'll see here in a moment. We're coming up on a color map that we use for a Mars Global Surveyor. Older mission, but yet it allowed us a contiguous basis for the color map that we wanted to make. And then we use that to colorize, in this case, the CTX product made by Murray Lab at Caltech. Jay Dixon had given us special permission of this was a beta release at the time. And Micah, let's see. You are right here. So here's Mojave Crater. We'll come in. Why I wanted to show this to you is that we saw impact melt of rock on the moon. Let's look at what melted on Mars, or what seems to have, as we get in closer, and hopefully this will page in again. This is coming in from the internet. Actually, all the products are, so I'm hoping that, okay, it's coming in now. So this is the CTX, or 5 to 7 meter resolution area, and this is high-rise. It gets us down to sub-meter resolution. So we're now going to look at just this portion, the northwest flank of Mojave, and we will see here the alluvial fans from the melting of most likely impact into a water-rich rock. And so we can see the effects of this, and as we'll just let this come in one more level. Struggling on the internet. Sorry, my apologies. Maybe if we turn around, Micah, we can look. So what we see here in this is that we've seen a crater like Manicouagan on Earth with our atmosphere. On Mars, it's a thinner atmosphere, but also we know that there's ice within the mix of the regolith. Is this an impact into this? Well, it's very interesting, a different type of impact melting. The last thing, can we go to Titan? We're going to do this really quick. I know this is right up to the wall of time, but we wanted to go to another world, much farther out in the solar system, to come up on a lake on a world, so that we have lakes around Saturn, so on Titan. And so we're going to take you out to Titan. The atmospheric scattering, we do a calculation of the Rayleigh and Mie scattering, but in this case, we're also making the atmosphere transparent. We're looking at overall, this is the infrared image mosaic, but we're going to go to the tracks of the high-resolution synthetic aperture radar, which Micah is pulling up just as we leave, and then we're going to go up to the North Pole and look at the lakes. Is that reading in or not? Oh. Okay, all right. Well, it worked in practice. Anyway, thank you very much. I want to thank Steve, and I want to thank NASA for our opportunity to come up here. Open Space, openspaceproject.com. If you're interested in downloading the software, it works on a good graphics card. We're using video game technology to do real data visualization of the universe. We're a collaboration with Sweden's Linköping University, University of Utah's Scientific Computing and Imaging Institute, and New York University's Tandon School of Engineering. And once again, we're from the American Museum of Natural History. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thanks very much, Carter. Up next, we have Kelly Couric from NASA's Heliophysics division, who is going to talk to us and give us great information on the 2023 annular and the 2024 total solar eclipses.
Thank you, Steve. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Kelly Couric, and I come to you from NASA headquarters, and I am so excited to talk to you this afternoon about the eclipse through the eyes of NASA, the 2023 annular and 2024 solar eclipse. So just a raise of hands, who has seen a total eclipse here in the audience? All right, who wants to see another total eclipse in about a year? Woohoo! Yeah, me too. All right, so let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to start off with the eclipse. So we see eclipses in a lot of different ways, and this is the eclipse that we're talking about. We see eclipses also in exoplanet work, and NASA builds artificial eclipse to study the sun. But the eclipses will happen when the moon goes in between the Earth and the sun, and will cast a shadow across the United States. Now, when it's super close to you, you can actually black out and get a full eclipse. When it's further away, it can black out less, so that is when we're going to get the annular eclipse. So we're always going to start off with that basic piece of information. This is a map of those paths. So the path going in 2023, October 14th, will start in Oregon and go across the desert Southwest, out through Texas, and then out through Central America and South America to have an annular eclipse. So this is also sometimes called a ring of fire because it doesn't completely, totally block the sun. And the safety message here is that we will always have to use our glasses, or we will have to use an indirect viewing method in order to view this natural event. And then in 2024, starting off the coast of Mexico, coming through Mexico, Texas, and up through the United States and out through Canada, we will have a total solar eclipse on April 8th, 2024. And this is the beautiful time when actually you get to take off your glasses if you are in that path of totality, when the sun is totally blocked, and experience the sun's corona. So the star's atmosphere, that hot body that NASA actually sent a Parker Solar Probe into to test theories about how these stars work. So although this is based in heliophysics, we've got a lot of astrophysics, planetary bodies involved, and other science. So NASA's priorities for the 2024 solar eclipse. First of all is safety. So as I've said once, is we don't ever look at the sun directly with our own eyes unaided. So for the 2023 annular eclipse, we always have some form of glasses or indirect viewing method that we're going to use. So safety is number one. And again, for 24, we hope for those totality moments, you get to take off your glasses and really experience and be one with the sun. We want to broaden participation. We want to invite all voices to the conversation. We're not just looking for science, although we're doing a lot of science during the eclipse. We're also looking for folks to experience this through art, through music, through fashion, through a variety of different ways, inviting voices who normally don't go and see eclipses to come and enjoy this and understand that they can be part of this, that we're all part of the universe and nature, and this is they're part of it too. To do science, to do groundbreaking science during these eclipses, both in the air and from the sun, but also looking at Earth itself. We're going to have an instant turn off, an instant night, and then back to day. So those types of changes we normally can't orchestrate in the Earth. So we'll be able to take advantage of that for atmospheric measurements as well. So very different types of science can be done during these eclipses. We'll engage the public. So we will be training everyone in NASA to be able to talk about these eclipses and engage the public in this beautiful site. We're doing science activation, which we'll talk about how do we excite learners. And then we're also doing citizen science during this time. So safety first. Again, I can't say it enough. We're never looking at the sun directly without either an indirect method or without glasses. And for more information about all of these things, there is a QR code down here. It takes you to solarsystem.nasa.gov/eclipses. And this is where you can find the 2023 and 2024 subsites and the specific information about each of those. Thanks to the HelioComms team as well as the NASA Heat who created all this beautiful content for folks to use. And I said I'd come back to science activation. So there are multiple eclipse-focused NASA projects, sponsored projects that folks can get involved with. The Heliophysics Education Activation Team, again, helped with the website and are looking to get information out to the public. The Eclipse ambassadors are actually going off the path and helping, especially undergraduates and those who are science communicators, talk to folks about safely viewing this eclipse. We're doing planetarium shows that will be distributed widely. Earth to Sky is partnering with the national parks to enable folks in national parks to explain the eclipse and to share the excitement of NASA science with folks. The Soundscape Citizen Science Project is really unique for those with low vision. You'll be able to experience the eclipse through touch and rumble strips. They'll also be doing some citizen science work to record things like temperature and sounds during these eclipses to do some science. There is the Eclipse Ballooning Project, where undergraduates are learning how to have balloons and send up sensors during an eclipse to take measurements and data. So all of these different things are really activating the science that we have at NASA during the eclipse. Next slide. So NASA has three main messages for this eclipse. And the first is that observing our star, the sun, can be safe and inspirational. So again, always hitting that safety. We're going to do it safely, but it's also a very inspirational time, a time to pause and to really appreciate the nature around us. Next slide. The second message is experiencing an eclipse is a way that everyone can participate in NASA science. Again, this doesn't take a PhD to do all of the NASA science that is involved in the eclipse. We're going to involve citizens, folks who are interested, curious, and passionate. Like Nikki said last year when she announced the Heliophysics Big Year, it's not necessarily about having a PhD, it's about having that passion and engaging and really wanting to be part of the eclipse. Next slide, please. And exploring our sun and its interactions with Earth is possible through innovative NASA missions. So we're looking at all of our NASA missions and how, but specifically the heliospheric ones, and how do we study them? How do we tell the public about all the great science that's coming out of it? There's so many that are listed here that are already in operation, and there will be so many launched in 2025 right after these eclipses. So how do we get folks excited about these eclipses and keep them coming back for the NASA mission science that comes out of this after 2025. Next slide, please. And again, I mentioned that this is all part of the Heliophysics Big Year. It's a human-centered coupled system where we're going to start off with the eclipse. We're going to kick off with an eclipse and have these two major events that are going to happen, the annular and the total solar eclipse. And we're also going to make sure that we talk about our science, our mission, engagement, and have citizens involved doing science in heliosphere. And we're also connecting, again, to all different NASA science, not just heliophysics, but other science as well. So how do we bring everybody into this big year? It's really a kickoff to what will change, basically be a huge change and a huge kickoff for heliophysics in 2025 with all those new missions and ushering in a new time of really great heliophysics research. Next slide, please. So again, the sun will have this big year. It's called a big year, first of all, because it's a little longer than a year, October 2023 to December 2024. And we want this joy and curiosity that's involved in observing the sun for everyone to experience that and participate. And so here, please follow us on NASA Sun Science, and get ready to see all of the different activities we have involved, not only for the activities, but things like Aurora, citizen science opportunities, and there's an email here also to get more information. Next slide, please. So with that, we'd like to definitely invite you to join us in the 2023 annular eclipse. Well, whether you're on the path or not, because the entire United States will have a partial eclipse. Continental United States will have a partial eclipse both times. So make sure to have your glasses ready for that. And I think the next slide is and on April 8th, 2024 for the total solar eclipse across America. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. 2 questions. Okay, I have time for 2 questions. Yes. Okay, great. The question was, what are the 2 main things that I would want to measure during a solar eclipse? And one of those is to really look deep down. So normally we can't get this close to the sun. So we want to look at features of magnetic fields. So we would love to know the magnetic field structure that close, because that's what controls the plasma that close to the sun. And I would say the kind of temperature structures there, but also on actually the atmosphere, how the ionosphere turns on and off would be another one. So we want something on the sun, but we want something on Earth as well. Yep. Another question? Other questions? Yes. Where can we learn more about the big year? We can go to at NASA Sun Science, and you can go over to the booth that's right over there, and we have save the date cards for both the heliospheric big year, or heliophysics big gear, as well as as well as the solar eclipses. Any other questions? All right, thank you, everybody.
So you don't need the clickers. I do not. The clickers. Okay. Do you need somebody to monitor that while that happens?
I've got a couple of my colleagues here, but we'll do that at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, is it unplugged
I'll just pull it out of the bag.
Okay.
Steve, which one is the sound?
Oh, USB. Just gonna pull it out.